isn't literally Tabletop Simulator now. This is Mansions of Madness. So first of all, let's change the options to put the... I cannot regulate the audio of this particular game. Alright, well, anyhow. So Mansions of Madness. Funnily enough, we will start a new game. And we will play the introductory gameplay of this. Now, notice this is actually the companion app, which can be installed on an iPad or on a computer, and which goes together with the physical board game. Now, the physical board game is something I have back in my home in Italy, and right now I'm in Germany. So I was thinking, well, how can I go about playing this game? And that's when I realized that where there is a desire to play, there is a way. And so the Cycle of Eternity is also, well, by itself, the game, the Mansions of Madness, is also available as a mod on Tabletop Simulator. So I played around a bit with it, realized it would be fun to play, but also pretty machine-like. I mean, it would require a lot of moving of stuff. So I reckoned, well, why not do it? And why not do it while commenting about it, so somebody else who might want to play the same thing can see how it works. Now, the Cycle of Eternity. After a rush of disappearances, your investigation brings you to the Vanderbilt Mansion during a meeting of a particular astronomical society. Can you... Exactly, Glalev. Can you unravel the mystery before the Cycle of Eternity turns once more? This is the introductory edition. Normally it lasts between 60 to 90 minutes. It has only 2 stars on difficulty, but this game is gonna be more difficult than usual. Because again, I'm only going to be using 2 investigators. Because the more investigators I use, the more I will have to move them around. Now, the investigators I've chosen already are what I believe to be the best, depending on circumstances. One is Harvey Walters, and the second one is Speedy McSpeedy, also known as, where is she? Rita Young. Now, Rita Young and Harvey Walters. Now I'm gonna show you how this works. Now if I push Alt and Tab, I can then move to the other full screen one, and now you should be seeing the Tabletop Simulator game. As you may notice, I've already preset this by putting who they are and where they are. So we have Rita Young. She may move 1 additional space as part of her move action. She has 9 heart and 5 brain, 5 sanity, while Walters has 5 heart and 9 sanity. So we have the sane man of the team, and we have the strong woman. So she is really strong. She has 5 strength. She's really, really strong. Like, do not doubt, she is incredibly strong. Give her a crowbar or something and she will beat the hell out of everybody. So, these 2 are going to be our investigators. Now notice I had to bring stuff over here, from here where are all the characters, and from here where there's the pouch containing the 1-player thing. Now, let us go back to the previous one and gain our starting items. Now, because we have only 2 investigators, we begin with a lot of stuff. Now we have some of the additions, some of the DLCs already, so some of this stuff is extra. We begin with 2 clues, that's usually always the same, then Brass Knuckles, Kerosene Lantern, Mystic Sextant, Painkiller, and a spell called Binding. Now, in order for this to work, yes, I have to actually go here, and here in the common items I just right click, search, and then I'm like, well, I needed the Brass Knuckles, here they are, let me drag them here. Then there was the Painkiller, here it is, let me drag it here. Then there was the Sextant, I think, which is not, however, a common item, it might be unique. Exactly. However, if you have a Tabletop Simulator, somebody made a mod where it basically adds the things here. So that's why, back and forth, of course. Mystic Sextant, it's a common item, and Painkillers. Alright, so here's the thing, Kerosene Lantern, also and Brass Knuckles. I did take the Brass Knuckles, didn't I? So, yes, I did. So, if it's an addition, yes, it's not here. So then we have to go look to up here, because here is where the added stuff of the expansion is. And let's see, what am I looking for? I mean, I could just set up by just clicking them, but I'm so we have some stuff here, some spells, some arcane inside, we have some random stuff. It's not there, we can search here. We're looking for the sextant, it's not here either. Now it may just be that it's not in the mod, that could be a thing, like now binding is here. Now we have a binding spell. So let's see, is no, we don't have a mystic sextant here. Well, that's a pity. On one hand, it means that it's not in the mod, so we're just gonna ignore it. We'll play without that one particular item. And the kerosene lamp. The kerosene lamp is the last thing we actually need. So this thing, well, we have 5, we only need 1, so I'll just grab this one. And these will go, just hold it. Now here's the thing with spells. Once you use one, usually discard it and get another. So these cards, it's better to just grab all of them, turn them around, and place them here. We will decide later who gets the binding spell. And then a kerosene lamp. So search. Do you have kerosene? Yes, we do. Here we go. Alright. So these are our items. Now, the brass knuckles, they do 2 additional dice while attacking unarmed. This means, of course, that the brass knuckles go to Rita Young. Because, yeah, she's got the strength for it. Then, painkillers. Discard 1 face down damage and horror. Then discard this card. We'll give it to our tank. Now, the spell, a restraint in a place within range. Then flip this card. Now, since he has sanity, he gets the spell. Also, he does have high stats for what concerns will. So that's his call. Now, this one, kerosene lamp, allows us to convert all clue dice into success dice while attacking unarmed. This literally means that the kerosene lamp works very well with the brass knuckles. So Rita Young is a deadly, very deadly with a knuckle. Like, I'm just imagining her. She's really fast and she's very deadly, and there's very little she can do. Now, of course, I could go at random, like I can shuffle this and then deal 1, draw 1, and this can be the card that we end up picking, which is Arcane Manuscript. Alright. And there we go. This way we've got the 5 cards to begin with. And we also have a tiny miniatures here, Harvey Walters and Rita Young, but now let's get to the meat of the game. That is to say, we've got the the clues. I forgot to give them clues. Now these are the clue counters. Each investigator has their own. And notice how I actually put this in the wrong direction. There we go, because even perfect circles have directions. Never forget it. Even a perfect circle has a right and a wrong direction to face. Clue 1 and clue 2. Now, the game begins. Continue to set up. There was thunder in there on the night I went to the deserted mansion atop Tempest Mountain to find the lurking fear. I think there should be a comma somewhere in this sentence, like, there was thunder in the air on that night I went to the deserted mansion atop Tempest Mountain to find the lurking fear. Oh, you know, something like that. Now, let us begin the scenario.
You slump into your office chair after another long day of interviews. You've been investigating the disappearances surrounding a wealthy neighborhood for 2 weeks, but you have nothing to show for it. The telephone rings. You answer and hear the panicked voice of an older man.
Is this the investigator who visited the Vanderbilt estate?
You flip through the files on your desk. William Vanderbilt, a wealthy bachelor, mother recently deceased. He has refused to meet with you, but you were able to speak to several members of his serving staff.
This is Eugene, Mr. Vanderbilt's butler. I didn't know who else to call. The police think I'm crazy. Unnatural things have started happening here. I'm worried for my master. I think he's in danger. Please, help.
Finally, a lead. You hang up the phone, throw on your coat.
This is
and
not a
leave for the
tree.
Vanderbilt estate.
This is not a tree. Notice, this is not a tree. So, the companion app tells you how to place stuff. Your car rattles up the uneven drive, pulling to a stop in front of the estate. Several cars and carriages are parked along the drive. However, the butler who contacted you is nowhere to be seen. You knock on the large oak door to no response. Fearing something has happened, you try the handle and the door swings open into a lavish entryway. Place the lobby tile and the walls as indicated. You press continue and it tells you where. You step into the warmth of the house. A strange stillness hangs in the air and your footsteps echo through the quiet entrance. Place your investigator figures as indicated. Now, we move to the tabletop simulator. We reach up here. Did I give a banning? Yes, I gave a banning spell. And here we see the lobby, of course. We can do search. Get the actual lobby, which is here. It's always the same, really. There's not much of a difference. No, that's a rope bridge. I wanted the lobby. Here we go. Then we close here. Now we have a lobby. Let's put it this way. And seeing how the game kind of works, let's put... Like, the lobby is the beginning, so we can put it at the far edge down there, because you never know how big it's gonna be. Then we need 2 walls. Now, walls... Now there's barricades, there's secret passages, there's walls. We need 2. 1 and 2. We select them both. We move them down. And we know that we have a wall here and a wall here. So just, there we go. Now notice, to avoid this moving, since this stuff is never gonna move, and to avoid stuff, you know, collapsing out of the way, you just select all of this, you toggle the lock. There we go. This way, this stuff isn't going anywhere anytime soon. Then we move our investigators. Harvey Walters. And we move Rita Young. There we have them. They're in the lobby now. Now let's go back to the other side. And here, what else we have to do? In the middle of the lobby sits a table with a small pile of papers. Place a search token as indicated. So 1 search token there. A table with a telephone sits at the top of the staircase on the right. Place a search token as indicated. A mysterious painting of a nighttime landscape looms over the lobby staircases. Place a search token as indicated. The silence is broken by the muffled shouts and sounds of crashing pots and pans coming from the door on your right. Place an explore token as indicated. You notice a shelf stacked with books and other objects nearby. Pushing it in front of the door could prevent someone or something from coming through. Place a barricade as indicated. So there's a barricade item there. Now notice the barricade does not appear. 3 other doors leading to the mansion. Place explore tokens as indicated, and then continue. Now this is our phase. Now we can place the tokens as instructed, just so we can keep them in mind. So 1, 2, 3, and then we can put the explore tokens. Some might argue, well, why do we do this? Well, now we get into the actions. Now, let's say I don't remember the rules. Of course I do. I also thought about them. This one also has the manuals. So, like, if you need a hand, you can literally just search and you'll have the manuals here. Learn to play. With the rules references. And, like, knowing everything you need for the rules. And then you just pull it out, and, well, now it fell on the floor. Job well done, game. Job well done. You made it fall on the floor. There we go. And now it's gone in there. Yeah, one needs to to be careful where the thing goes, because then you have to pull it out of there. Come on, rules. Here you are. Come here, you. So, if we then need the rules, we can just read them from here. There we go. Now, see? Commonly used actions, rarely used actions, component actions, icon references, investigator phase. One turn in the order of a choice. They can perform up to 2 action. Now, yeah, there was the barricade too. Thanks for reminding me of it. Now, the barricade, let's go up there and let's grab a barricade. There we go. Just gonna move it here. So, here's how it works. The explore action is an action. So, if we decide to explore... Now, there's a noise coming from here. So, if we decide to explore, whoever explores already consumes an action. So, but even moving would be an action. So, we're gonna move Rita Young, our friendly girl. Now, this doesn't require move. Now, see these white lines? They demark when you've actually moved out of your square. So, Rita is gonna go through this to explore, because she's the fighter. If there's something strange, she's gonna fight it. So, we move back to the Mansion of Madness. We click on this, and we decide to explore it. A ruckus can be heard on the other side of his door, shouting, the crash of pots and pans, and is that hissing? Explore. Aha! The door swings open to reveal a dining room in chaos. An aging man in a tailcoat scrambles for a serving window into the kitchen as he tries to escape a strange black creature wreathing on the dining room table. Discard his explore token and place the dining room tile. As seen, we just move here, because this back and forth, perhaps if there was, like, you know, a second or third player, they could do through the search, as it's normally the case when you're playing this game with the board aspects. You just have one people read and others do the stuff. Now, if we write dining room, now it's always the one, it's this one. You always have to check for the graphic, because it's usually the one with the actual graphic. So, the dining room, and it's placed this way. There we go. Now, we lock it, so it doesn't go anywhere. So now it's... And we can remove the explore token, we don't need it anymore. So back it goes. Now, it goes back in there. Let's keep reading. Oops, it's this one. The creature turns to face you. Its black, serpentine body shifts and changes, playing tricks on your eyes as you try to focus on it. The creature unfurls its leathery wings and unleashes a blood-curdling screech. Spawn a hunting horror as indicated, then suffer 2 horrors. Willpower negates. Now here's the thing. The willpower negates is for the characters who are in the room or who pushed the explore button. So only Rita Young has to suffer 2 horrors if her willpower does not negate it. So we spawn a hunting horror, but wait, this isn't over. How do we do this? So, Rita, willpower, oh, she has 4. Oh, she's a sturdy young woman. So, what she does is she throws 4 dices, because she's got 4 willpower, and goes, well, 1, 2, 3, 4. They just throw only 1? Yep. Well, that's 1 investigate. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. So, we got 2 successes and 2 investigations. Now, the investigation, if you spend a clue, gets automatically converted into a success. In this case, we don't actually need it, because we've got the 2 successes. So the 2 horrors are negated. Rita just looks at the hunting horror and goes, yeah, no, you're ugly, but I don't really care. Whatever horror of Cthulhu there is, you do not scare me. We go here for the monsters. We search a hunting horror. Here it is. And give me one. I said one. Well, they gave me the pouch, because we get both the icon and the... Come on, go back where you belong, you pouch. There you go. So, because we get the token, and, well, this thing is still rolling around, and the small miniature thing, which I think it's really cool that this mod went to the effort of putting down even the miniature of a thing, you know? Like, it's the hunting horror and the thing, they're both there, and I'm gonna lock them together after moving this a bit so the tail doesn't hide the important stuff. Because you see, the 5 and the 6, one is the health, the other is the willpower of the thing, or what it does. So, we're gonna, now, let's see. Well, I'm just gonna move them together. That works better. So, and this one has fallen down. Of course it has. Come on, just get back here and stay there, and... yeah, I'm gonna lock them together. There we go. Now, of course, I can no longer move them, but that's fine. So, the hunting horror. If I press Alt here, I can show this in a zoom-like pattern. Even better. Even better. Now, Mansion of Madness. So we survived the horror, we negated it. Sometimes you always take some damage. Like, in this case, we negate all of it. Sometimes we would have. Now, in the center of a dining table, there's a carving knife embedded in a roast. Place the knife common item as indicated. An investigator can pick up an item in his space as part of a trade action. A china cabinet stands against the wall, for it looks to have been repurposed to store all manners of knickknacks. Place a search token as indicated. You can see a kitchen through the serving window. Most of the cabinets are ajar due to the food preparation, but one that has been locked shut with a chain catches your attention. Place a search token as indicated. In the kitchen you can also see that someone has left the refrigerator open. Water leaks out into a puddle on the floor. Place a search token as indicated. You spot the old man you saw climbing through the serving window, huddling in the corner behind the oven. Sweat beads off his brow and his eyes bulge in terror. Place a person token as indicated. This is Eugene, the butler. You may move one space into the explored area. So, basically, we have Rita, who would normally, having done the explore action, been unable to move, but no, in this case she can move one square inside. So we now have Rita, and I've moved her in. Now I need to put the token. So we have a kitchen knife, so search, common knife, give me a knife. Here we go. And there it goes. A knife for everybody. And then we have the search tokens. We have one here for the knickknacks. We have one here for the fridge. We have one here for the cabinet. And then we have the waiter, Eugene, who's here in the NPCs. So we go here, we look for Eugene, here he is, and here he goes. Then we close there and we get back to business here. Now, Eugene is scared and in the corner. Now we moved in, we still have one action. So Rita, who isn't afraid of anything, puts her brass knuckles on, because let's face it, she's not the one afraid of them, they're the ones afraid of her. And she goes, well, you know what? I'm gonna punch it. Well, sometimes. So she has a strength of 5. So Rita has a strength of 5, attacks unarmed, and can roll 2 additional dice while attacking unarmed. Now, I think there is no upper limit to the number of dice you roll, but if there is in this particular case... Alright, the 6 was the horror step. So, let's go to it. So we move on back to the Mansion of Madness thing, and here's why. Now, since the monster is here, we click on him. It's a hunting horror, it has 5 health. Rita attacks it. Now we attack them unarmed. You dodge behind the creature, hoping for a strike from behind will prove more effective than a frontal attack. Now this, unfortunately, means that rather than it being a strength attack, it's an agility one. If you pass, your theory proves accurate and your strike causes the creature to lurch and wheel. The monster suffers damage equal to your test plus 1. If you fail, these maneuvers to keep you in its sights despite your efforts. So, at this point, we go back to good old Rita here, and we're like, well then, an agility. How's your agility going? How much do you have? 4. Well, you know, fine. Rita is a deadly thing. Unless we're asking for influence. Like, Rita is not a people person. Rita is literally not meant to be speaking. She's an athlete. She's meant to be punching things, murdering things. She's very brave. But she's got the same savoir-faire of a tank. So, she will roll 4 plus 2. She should normally roll 6 dice. Well, is it 6 or is it 7? I'll ignore the last one. Damn, I'm ignoring a success, but I called it, and so I'm gonna ignore the last one. Should have been 6. 3... No, should have been 6, 7. So the last one I ignore, because it's not meant to be there. So, we have 2 successes and 1 clue. Now, if we turn the clue into a success by spending a clue point, she will have done 3 damage. We will do that. 3 plus the 1 of the thing, she will have done 4 damage to the monster. And I think that's a very good idea. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. The monster is still alive because of 1 point. Now, we move to the... Now, Rita is done with her actions. We now move to what Harvey Walters is gonna be doing. Now, Walter has a spell, which places a restraint in a space within range, so prohibiting the monster from moving, but barring that, he's pretty much useless. Now, here's the thing. I can move in him and have him attack, but if he attacks unarmed, he has 2 of agility. It's like, it's not gonna end well. However, the more time passes, the worse it gets. Like, because then the monster has a turn to do its mythos thing. Now, this is a bladed weapon. It can cut many things, including monsters. Now, the thing is, Gralev, in these particular circumstances, Harvey doesn't have much of a choice. Like, if I move, I have to take the move action. So I can move of 1 square, of 2 squares, but I can either move of 2 squares, get here, grab the knife as a trade action, then that's my round, I'm done. I can do nothing more. Or I can move here and valiantly try to punch this thing to death. Like Harvey Walters in his elderly self, with his elderly and distinct style, just kind of like, just look at him. He just kind of steps in and goes, let me show you how it's done, and he just punches the thing, or tries at least. And you know what? We do have 2 clues, so I think it's very good that we do have 2 clues. So we're back here, we have Harvey in the room. Harvey will try to do the impossible. He's probably going to fail, mind you, but it's better than nothing, because anyway, he's still gonna be taking the horror damage next turn, so he will attack unarmed, because that's how it is. Now, of course, I could attack with a spell, mind you. And if a spell does at least 1 damage, then we're in business. Because it depends, like, here's the thing, the tests are also randomized. Sometimes you get a test that does roll the test plus the damage, and sometimes you don't. So we're gonna try with a spell. Notice, we still have to be in the same square as the monster to attack with a spell. So, yeah, let's try binding. The creature roars and approaches. With no time, you frantically improvise your way through the hex. Ah, damn. So we roll plus 1. The monster suffers damage equal to your test result. Then flip the spell you attacked with. Alright, this might actually work. So, we roll our lore, which we have at 4, plus 1. So we roll 5 dice. And we apply binding. Place a restraint in a place within range. Then flip the card. Now flipping the card is gonna be funny. So, we roll 5 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Give us a success. Yeah, 2 investigations. So, Harvey spends 1 clue. Because he has 2. Come on, let me grab a clue. Are you doing it on purpose, game? Come on. There we go. It's like it's a hard-earned clue. I don't want to spend it. So, and because we did 1 success. Yeah, no, it's not the result. It's the number of dice extra you roll. So we did 1 damage. The haunting horror is dead. Now, just because I don't want to risk it, as they say, I'm gonna toggle the lock, and I'm haunting horror. Toggle the lock. And I'm gonna drag these 2 here. You never know if I need them again. So if I need to duplicate them. So I'm just gonna select both. Bring them here and leave them there. If I need them again, I know where they are. Now, binding. I need to flip this card. So when I flip it, I just click on it and middle mouse click. Ah, damn. If you pass, you saw it above the hands, you forge still linger. No additional effect. If you fail, you become stunned. So I need to pass a success of 2 on lore. If I fail, I am stunned. 1, 2, 3, 4. Give it to me, game. And here goes the other clue. Who needs clues anyhow? I mean, I don't. Only... Come on, let me grab it. There we go. Really? Just... There we go. I mean, if all else fails, just flip the cup. There we go. So we passed, thankfully. But Harvey's out of clues. Like, he's clearly using his brain power to succeed. Since he has, well, this binding goes back in the pile. We shuffle. And then we just draw 1. Well, there we go. New one. Whatever this may be, we'll find out when we next flip it. Sometimes they're good stuff, sometimes they're bad stuff. But the monster is dead, which is a good thing. Now we move here. And voila! The monster is discarded. The creature lurches to the ground, dead. Hearing the monster's final fate, the old man in the kitchen cautiously steps out. Move Eugene as indicated. So Eugene moves here. Continue. Now, Eugene has moved, but here's where the situation gets dicey. We are done with our turns. Because they both moved. One explored and moved and attacked, and the other moved and attacked. So they're actually done with their turns. They can do no more. And because of that, it is now the Mythos' turn. Now, often in the beginning, the Mythos is neutral, like it's nothing bad to begin with. But it doesn't always stay that way. But the only way to know is to end the turn. And the investigator's face. Confirm. The Mythos face. The wind howls and a shiver runs down your spine. A storm is brewing. No immediate effect. Like, all of these are on a time scale. We don't know how many rounds the time scale is, but everything is on time. Of course, we can decide to just play it as we want, but there is a time. Now we can speak to Eugene, but speaking to Eugene requires an action. Now, this one doesn't. Like, you can click on him. Like, the old man brushes himself off and tries to calm his shaken composure. You came just in time. Thank you so much for saving me. The name is Eugene. We spoke earlier today. I have heard noises from the tower, but the door is locked. I think something bad is going to happen. So the door is locked. We can ask him 2 questions, but these questions will require an action. Like, are you okay? Where is Mr. Vanderbilt? Or we can ignore him and so not ask any question. Now, here's the thing. we can decide to have either Rita or our good old Walters answer him. But between the two, here's the thing. Let's see, how sociable are they? Like, Rita clearly not. On the other hand, Walters has an influence of 4. He's perfect. Like, seriously, Walter and Rita all day. The old professor and the athletes to get. Also we have actions we can take. Like, another investigator in rage gains 1 clue. Once per round you can activate this ability, and hers is that she can move extra. So we will have Walter talk with this, and he has 4. So where is Mr. Vanderbilt? Which again is kind of funny because Vander means wandering and Bilt is building, so Mr. Wander Building. But yeah, it's an action, so Walters, go for it. Wait, so those ruffians took Mr. Vanderbilt to the tower. You can get to the tower through the north door of the hall, but the door is locked. Mr. Vanderbilt likely keeps the key in his... Wait, I'm not sure if he would want me trusting you with this. We're literally going after him to save his lives, but he doesn't think we should be trusted with knowing where he is. So he wants an influence check. Now, depending on how much we roll, we might convince him or we might not. So we're rolling 4 dices. Now, since it's not a lore check... Oh, roll one each other, we're solving a roll test. I could have rolled 1 extra, but it doesn't matter. So lore, we roll while resolving a roll test. No, this is an influence one. So 4 dices. We have no clues. So what we get is what we end up with. 1, 2, 3, 4. Please. 1 success and 1 investigation. We're out of clues. So if 1 success isn't enough, well, then I think it won't be. You never know. No. Mr. Vanderbilt will not like me talking about that with strangers. Now, here's the thing. This is 1 action. I can try to talk to him again. Like, if the old man looks conflicted, he obviously wants to tell you how to access the tower, but he cannot bring himself to reveal Mr. Vanderbilt's secrets. Now, this means that if I make the professor take this action again, he'll have done with his turns. He won't be able to do anything else. But this is kind of important, depending on circumstances. It might be. So, we can try again, or we can just look around and maybe eventually find the key ourselves. But we are racing against time. So, where is the damn key, butler? Give us the key. Or at least try. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on. More than 1 success. Thank you. 3 successes. Thank you, random god of randomness. Cthulhu wills it. And there we go. Alright. Mr. Vanderbilt has a hidden office that he often retreats to. The door is hidden in the estate's library, which is through the west door when you get into the hall. It uses a very strange lock hidden behind a bookshelf. The butler instructs you how to open the secret door in the library. Gain 1 clue. So, through the west door when you get into the hall. Understood. Gain 1 clue. So, of course, the one who earns the clue is Vanders. So he gets the clue. There we go, man. You got yourself a clue. Good boy. Good boy. Now he's done. He did his 2 actions. He doesn't do anything else. Now on the other hand, Rita who can move. Rita who can do whatever she wants. So we have 2 doors on the west. Now Rita can move 3 squares rather than the default 2. So she could move, mind you, and just head on over to like here, and then take an action, but the knife, you know what, the knife stays there. So Rita, she moves 1 to go back here. Now, she could directly open this door, or she could open this door. She can move to either of these. And at this point, I think we're gonna have to go with our instincts, you know, like, so she's doing a move action. And the 1 down, the 1 up, the 1 down, the 1 up, the 1 down. We'll go with the 1 up. So we remove the explore token, And then we see... Now, usually splitting the part is a very bad idea. Like, seriously, it's so bad you don't even know how bad it is. Let's open this door. The door leads deeper into the mansion. Explore. It opens to a dim hallway that winds through the heart of the mansion. Place the whole corner and the whole hand tiles and a wall as indicated, and discard all explore tokens leading to this room. Well, excellent, we will discard this one. A wooden desk stands against the wall. Place a search token as indicated. So this is hall 1, right? Yeah, no, this is the hall. So just... And someone acting now has knocked over a stack of papers. Place a search token as indicated. 3 doors lead to the other rooms of the mansion. Place explore tokens as indicated. You could use the surrounding furniture to barricade the door should the need arise. Place the barricade as indicated. You may move 1 space in the explored area. So, here's what we're going to do. First of all, let's find the hall things. So, hall, and here's where it gets funny, because you have to find the right one. Like hall corner, this looks like one with the broken stuff, and somehow I didn't end up getting that one, but another one. So the hallway goes back where it is. And the other one would be... I mean, sometimes you can kind of guess which one it is, but let's just look back at the picture. So this one is one, and this one has papers scattered and a carpet. Alright. Papers and a carpet. Papers and a carpet. Come on, give me the carpet. There it is. Holland. So these two. Let's go with it. So the whole corner. Notice how they're actually not that... I mean, there we go. And there we go. Look at how neatly they fit. And I'm gonna lock this, and I'm gonna lock this. And this one gets discarded. Then we put, well, we put more here. One goes here. One goes here. This goes here. This goes here. Back and forth, back and forth. Ah, there's another one there. Alright. There we go. Now, even if I move her here, clearly there's whatever there's here, it cannot be accessed. So, I'm moving Rita here, the whole corner. Now, unfortunately, that's it for them. Like, they did all of their actions. I mean, we know we have to go to the West Room, but again, 2 investigators, this is what we do. Now, on one hand, more investigators mean they take different actions and they can explore more stuff. On the other, it means the game gets more against you earlier on. And so, with that being said, we move on once more to the Mythos turn. Yes, we're gonna have to end the investigator's phase for this one. Come on, give us nothing. Ah, you hear voices raised in anger somewhere out of sight. This Mythos event affects the investigator with the lowest influence. That's Rita. So, Rita, darling, what's gonna happen to you? Something flies at you from the direction of the voices. Place the flare common item in your space. They literally threw a flare gun at me. Then suffer 2 damage, but agility negates. Nice. So, at our feet, we get the flare gun. Here it is. And then agility to negate. So, flare gun. Place fire in a space within range. Ooh, let it be said, fire is one of the deadliest things in this game. When they say kill it with fire, they're not kidding. The problem is fire spreads. And then agility to negate the damage. We have 4 agility. We can do this. We believe in you, Rita. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on, it's a flare gun. 1 success, 1 investigation. Yep, we're spending that clue. There we go, 0 damage. Now, spending clues, it's useful. Of course, getting them back is even better, but spending clues, it's more useful than you might even think. Now, we did negate the damage, which is good. And now it's back to our turn. Now, the flare gun. You know what? You never know when you might need a gun. But also, at the same time, I want to make sure that what we find here is actually what we're looking for, because we are looking for the library. So here's what we're going to be doing. We are going to... here's the library. Well, a wood plaque marked library is fastened to the center of the door. Well, guess that does it. There's the library. So, with that being said, Walter is going to be doing some investigating. Because, you know, knickknacks, there's a dagger over here. So let's start with investigating this one, because it's in the same room, in the same spot. So this one is a sure thing. He could, of course, move and investigate another one. Like, he could move 2 squares, 1 and 2, and investigate the painting. Or 1 and 2 and investigate here. But let's start with the knickknacks. A china cabinet has been repurposed to store all manners of knickknacks. Give me a chainsaw. No chainsaws. Oh well. Aha! But this is a lore test. And I already know we roll 4 plus 1. Due to the item we have, so we roll 5 dice. Yep, because this is a test. So we roll 5 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on, dice. Do not betray me. 2 successes, 2 investigations. Now, we don't know if a check is 2 or 3. And anyway, clues are there to be spent, so we will. 1, 2, 3, confirm. Ooh! As you dig through the objects, you begin to form a hunch that makes you uneasy. You have heard of objects like these found at the site of occult rituals. They could prove useful to your investigation. Gain the circumstantial evidence unique item, and 1 clue, then discard the search token. Now this is useful. This is incredibly useful, because depending on the amount of evidence we gather, the final aspects of this are rendered more easy. Like, if there's a ritual you have to interrupt, knowing what the ritual is about makes it easier to solve. So, circumstance. So we discard this search token, we don't need it anymore. The unique item, circumstantial evidence. Here it is. Just a bit more and this case is closed. Yeah, that's never gonna happen. And 1 clue. Then, we still have a movement we can take. Now, we can leave him behind to check this stuff or grab the knife, but honestly, Walter is gonna move, and I'm gonna move him 1 and 2, so he's close enough here. So if he wants to, he can investigate the painting of the next turn and move again. Now, for what concerns Rita, we can have her open the library first and then pick up the gun. But if we have her open the library first, she doesn't get to move inside it, because then she stays back to pick the gun. Now, however, if I have her pick the gun up and explore, then she doesn't get to... Well, you know what? No, we're taking the flare gun. Like, Rita, you get the flare gun. What am I even thinking about? Flare gun is flare gun. Just take the flare gun and open the damn door. Like, it's, who cares? Like, we're gonna have her open the damn door, and whatever's on the other side, we're gonna enjoy it. So, Rita now has brass knuckles and a gun and a flare gun in hand. She has both the power of her fists and the power of fire. So she's gonna be the only one who survives this, I guess, depending on circumstances. So, show us what the library hides. The door creaks on its hinges as you push it open to reveal the library. Bookshelves line the walls. Discard the explore token and place the library tile and a wall as indicated. So this is the library tile. Let's go grab it. And here it is. Search. Now we could search for the tiles here, but this makes it easier to then also notice them. Like, because there's always more than one library, you know? So knowing which one we're talking about. Like, see, this is our research, this is archive. I think it's this one. No, wait. I think it's this one. Give me just a second. It has 2 red things, a carpet, and so it has a carpet. Is it none of these? Really? Did it not? Was it not? I mean, this one doesn't have a carpet. This one does have. No, it's this one. It's this one. I'm blind sometimes. Yeah, it's with 131. Sometimes I just go blind, you know? I'm like, oh wait. Yeah, no, it's this one. So, and it's, yes, it's in this direction. There we go. Let's lock it into place. Yeah, this does look a bit uneven, but you know what? There we go. Now it's fixed. So, and there's a wall there. Clearly, that's not a door. That's a wall, even though we know there's a door. There we go. Wall. Bookshelves line the wall. Alright. There we are. Aha! A pile of research materials that we recently used sits on a small wooden desk. Place a search token as indicated. A robed figure is pushing a bookshelf back into place! Ah, place a search token as indicated, really? Oh, no! The robed figure does out a strange idol and begins chanting. Before your very eyes, a terrifying creature appears out of thin air. The cult member speaks some words to it in a strange language, but the creature turns on him, tearing him to pieces before your eyes. Spawn amigo in the library as indicated. Then suffer 2 horrors. Willpower negate. Game, I hate you so much, game. Alright. So, let's chill about this. We just need the monster. Where is the monster? Migo. Like, me go. Because I go away. That's why it's called Amigo. Because I go away, you know? It's like, wait, is this the Migo? Ah, there it is. Yeah. Look at how nice it is, the Migo. Look at him. Isn't he nice and adorable? I mean, he has a horror score of 4. Like, he has 6 health, but a horror score of 4. It's like, it's scary, but not as scary as the thing we saw before. But we're gonna have to see how this works out in the end. So it starts in this square. Now, unfortunately, I did open the door before I picked up the flare gun. Now, the thing is, I did my actions. This literally means I'm in for a bad time. Alright, willpower negate. Sorry, I forgot about the willpower negate. So, Rita, listen, darling. Yeah, I'm gonna call her darling, I've decided. Like, I'm sorry, Rita, you're the darling now. With a French R, you know, darling. So, will 4, anything that may help you? Well, if I end up badly hurt, I can use a painkiller. Because, you know, morphine is our beloved friend in this place. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on. Nice. Yeah, no, Rita doesn't care. Like, this is the Cthulhu mythos. Rita doesn't give a damn. Rita's like the strong lady who doesn't care at all. She's like, I'm gonna murder you all, and you're gonna enjoy every moment of me beating you to a pulp. Like, that's literally what Rita's like. Rita is not stepping inside, of course, because she could step inside. Yeah, I'm not gonna move there. Did I put the... No, I forgot to put the... Wait. I forgot to... Yeah, I forgot to put the search tokens. One goes here. You know, it's funny how the physics of this stuff actually make it even funnier. Like, you know... Oh, where's the search token? There we go, I'll put it there. So, unfortunately... unfortunately, it is now the turn of the Mythos. Because they're done. My investigators are done. And we have a monster on the play, so the monster is gonna move. So if you have any gods you believe in, pray for them now. Yep. Mythos phase. A senseless chatter rises, filling not just the air, but Rita Young's mind. Rita Young suffers 2 horrors. Willpower +1 negates. Alrighty then. Allow me to roll that. So... well, she's brave. She's got 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why do we always target Rita? I don't know. Oh, do I have a clue? No, I don't have any clues. Damn it, I suffer 1 horror. And here we go. Our first horror. There it is. Rita isn't scared by the monster, but the chatter does make her scared. So she suffers 1 horror. Didn't I roll 5 dices? Oh no, I'm missing 1. Glalev, thank you for being the guardian angel on my shoulder. Yep. Yep. So I guess this goes away. Now, thanks for being the guardian angel on my shoulder, Glalev. Thank you very much. Now, now here's the thing. Yes, we negated it. Up to 2 spaces. If he is within range for one with the lowest agility. 1, 2, he attacks. The aberration holds its chitinous hands above its membranous head, each lofting a glass sphere, crackling with purple electricity. You feel the force of gravity increasing. If I pass, I suffer 1 face down damage. If I fail, I suffer 2 damage, which is not face down, so it's face up. So, yep, gonna be a strength check on Rita. So, on Rita. So, strength 5. I mean, here's the thing, Ralph. I also need to go. So, I'm just gonna to be. So, let me just finish this, and then I'm going to be showing the best aspect of this. Passed, only 1 damage. So, the important thing about this thing is that if I want to, I can just save the game. And then continue this another time. Because that's absolutely something I can do. As soon as I remember where the hell the save game is. I think it's in the menu anyway. Like, configuration. And game, maybe? Yes, the Tagalog app is also saved. The important thing is that you don't start a new game. Like, it's in game, save and load. So, MOM, 1 hour. Save. Save. Then it's saved, we close here. We can turn to the main menu. Now this is saved, so we can continue this the next time. And we close this, which is Tabletop Simulator. And then we go to the Mansion of Madness thing, where we managed it. Well, technically, she'd have to survive a horror check, but we'll do this next time. Now, here's the thing. We can just leave, I guess. Here it is. Now, save and quit. Well, doesn't allow me to do this in the Mythos turn. Well, I already closed the other one. So, resolve a horror check. Remind me of doing a willpower +1 negate. Then we move on to our normal phase. Alright. Now we can just save and quit. Confirm. And that's it! This was 1 hour of Mansions of Madness using the Tabletop Simulator. And the game can be continued on and on, as long as, again, the game doesn't have a DM, it has only you. So you're the one who has to be the most honest about it. But except for that, as you may notice, it's actually quite funny. And, well, that will be all for now. Hope you enjoyed, and thank you very much for looking after me, Glalev, because seriously, that was That was on me not seeing stuff. And I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.